name is Numisa yet again. So today I'm a surprise guest. Not really surprise, eh? So this is the face behind In Modern Dolls, guys. Abantu that have been supporting us from day one in terms of I'm a makeup artist, whether you're German, Joburg, wherever you are. She has boots, whatever we need, we're gonna get it from her. So this is the face. She's very anti-makeup person, but she knows how to do her makeup. So today anti-makeup today, so the makeup while we are sipping.
Cheers.
So Nox, please tell us about your journey, and then after you tell us about how you started the company and everything, then we'll start doing our face.
Okay, so guys, I'm Nokubonga Khanyi. Like Ngus said, I'm not going to talk about myself, but I'm going to talk about my brand, which is Modern Dolls. So how I started Modern Dolls, I was actually telling the story earlier on, but so back in 2016, for Valentine's Day, I was going with my then boyfriend to a Valentine's Day breakfast.
Yeah.
And Unganami at the time said, hey, well, we need to zhuzh you up. So I'm like, okay, zhuzh me up. Me, I had short hair, I was very tomboyish. Okay, my friend, decided I'm giving you a face beat today. So you can imagine 2016 face beats is not a big thing. It's not normal to be walking out, especially on a Sunday morning. Valentine's Day was on a Sunday morning. On a Sunday morning, we are Puma with a full face beat. You're going to eat breakfast. But I agreed. And it was a light beat.
Yeah.
I was feeling myself. I go and no guy Jay was like, oh wow, I was like, okay, I need to know how to do this thing myself now.
Yeah. So you keep up.
Yes, because she's not always going to be there to do my face.
Yeah.
If I need to go out. I need to do this thing myself. So she wrote down the brushes that I need, and she said, okay, let me brush this one. So like it's like a powder brush, foundation brush, eyeshadow brush. This is what the kicks. This is me Tuesday going to Kicks. I forget Kicks next year. Yeah, go eyeliner brush. Back to my list, back to the aisle. Hey, go, other brush, 100 brand. What brush, 100 brush? Hey, go, foundation brush, 79.99. Hey, go. Shock of my life. I would have to separate with about 500 rand just for like.
Yes.
You know, like a starter kit.
Yes.
Into color.
Yes.
Okay. So I only left with the powder brush that day. I left with the powder brush. That's the only thing I managed to get. I was like, okay, powder brush, fine. That's fine. Then I went out and I started like looking for alternatives for more affordable brushes.
Yeah.
And I found an alternative for more affordable brushes. When I found that alternative, it clicked. There's a gap here. There's a gap here. I can actually bring affordable brushes into the country and make a business out of it. And that's how I started in Modern Dolls. For those that have been with us since 2016 know that we started off with just makeup brushes and tools. And then we ventured into eyeshadow palettes as we grew in the space and people got to know us. And the brand actually got off when Udalt by then, I don't know if you know
Amanda.
Yes, she had a collaboration with the hair trader, and she did these colorful looks, eye looks, and everybody wanted to know what did you use.
We didn't sleep over those looks.
What did you use? Everybody wanted to know, so she's like, oh no, mina muntu wami connection, nansi number, mfonele, unokubonga. She'll hook you up, brushes, palettes, you'll be sorted. So that's how a lot of makeup artists then started buying from Modern Dolls, yourself included, and many others. And that's how the brand has just grown from strength to strength over the years. And 2021, we're bringing in a different dimension to the brand because we've grown over the years and we are still growing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I think it's really fun. So today we'll be using a lot of Modern Dolls things. They are relaunching other things. They are really pioneering. Understand, but they are really in the forefront of what's happening, especially in terms of we always, of course, look as to and how can we make it work for ourselves. one thing that I'm really excited about, and I think they haven't woken up to, is eyebrow soap because of the trends. And besides the trends of how the eyebrows are looking in 2021, it's just because as black people, predominantly cinema eyebrows are curly, and I feel like if you use some items they are trained are relaxing in a way without having to do extreme things to them, you know. Yes. So we'll be using a lot of that. We're going to start, but while we're starting and sipping and doing everything, we'll also be I'll be asking a lot of questions.
Okay, ask away.
Yes, so that people know, because I feel like I'm really proud of the community that you've built, because I feel like there's like a modern dolls world.
Yeah.
And once you energy, like, yeah, get right, guys, it's fine. Everyone else is fine. You know. And and it's not just about even I'm artists from Joburg. I feel like my relationships that now we have are through modern dolls.
Yes. No. Yes.
If it wasn't for modern dolls, like we're not DMing each other or we're not commenting on each other's posts or things like that. You know.
No. Yes, definitely. It's the community around the makeup artist, it organically created itself.
Yeah.
I can't take say I had a role to play in it.
Yeah.
It just organically did. I've met so many amazing makeup artists and people through the brand as well. I've made friendships, such as yourself and many others through the brand, and I learned so much about makeup.
Yeah.
After that step of me going and looking for brushes through the people that I've interacted with. You know, sometimes we have live sessions on Modern Dolls, and I feature I'm a makeup artist on the live section, so people get a platform to showcase themselves, but also it helps build relationships and the networking that happens within the brand.
Yeah, true. Guys, so I'm gonna start with my foundation. Actually, no, I'm going to spray my face because I haven't done this in a long time, guys. I always say primer is not important, but it's winter and this winter is harsh. So I've been feeling my skin really dry, so I'm going to zhuzh up a bit.
Guys, I don't know how I agreed to do a makeup look alongside Ngumi, but here we go.
You should be fine. You will be fine.
I'm going to be looking like a clown here.
Never. We're both going to be looking like clowns actually because we're here. Hi, well, guys, who's timing us with the wine? Somebody needs to be timing us because we need to sip and I can't be sipping by myself. So we need to sip every 5 minutes.
So I tried this recently. This is the glass spray from Maybelline. It's a very dewy finish. And I tried this lately because I wanted to get a dewy finish, and I realized that if I start with it on my face before I put on the foundation, it gives the foundation a very dewy look.
It's amazing because I think we would see every trend of makeup changes with seasons, Like in winter we do things differently, and then in summer we also do things differently. And this year, it's when we're really experiencing stuff like winter on another scale.
It's very harsh. It's so harsh.
But it's dry.
And I actually had to update skincare routine to get something that's hydrating because my skin was drying out on my face.
I like that you said hydrating because we always think if you just moisturize, then you're fine, and there's no difference between hydrating and moisturizing. So Nox, tell me about now. So you spoke about you had brushes, and then we ventured into eyeshadows. Amanda Dano was at the forefront of all of those things. And then tell me about who in the industry has been there, like one of, I wouldn't say one, but most of Abantu that other people will know, or Banabani that have showed the company support through the ages from the time that you launched.
Okay.
Besides like, but well known. Yes. I want name dropping.
You're putting me on the spot here. Now I must name drop people and they're going to send me red cards for name dropping. Name expensive. But because these people show me support, and support doesn't always have to be somebody is standing on top of a rock and shouting out your name. But it's the fact that umuntu uzofika and support you financially by purchasing things from your business. But Yams, when she started out, also she got a lot of our palettes. She actually came one day and she got 4 of them.
How am I?
She got 4 of them, but that was when she was still in Durban. She was starting out as a makeup artist.
Oh yes,
and
was doing
she
so
was
well.
she was purchasing for her kids. And Yabona, I'm not name dropping for the sake of name dropping, but she's also mentioned us on her YouTube channels.
Yes,
and
a lot of
I've even
times.
seen on Twitter when people ask where to get like Isasha Buttercup.
Yeah.
She will tag and she'll say get at Modern Dolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been very interesting watching her grow because I know her from that time when she started. It's been a very interesting journey to watch her grow.
It's been really inspiring though, because I met her when I was working for another makeup brand, right? And when she came in and she was just like, hey, I'm just here, my supporters is gonna come, and I'm like, I go, you know, but she was so friendly, she was so welcoming, and whatever like you asked her on the day about, because she's always been like, I think in Durban in terms of, I don't want to say in terms of the people that are always on social media, but in terms of the people that actually knew with the platforms that we have, she was one of the people that I looked up to. Because I remember when I was still working for the same brand, she was one of the makeup artists that was collaborated with in Durban. And that brand didn't just collaborate with anyone. You know, like you had to really have something special to be there. So that's when I met her. She's really a cool person.
Yeah, no, she really was inspirational.
Guys, zoom in on my eyebrows because they are so lit because of the soap. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Yeah, so besides those people, also like brand Yako, what is your vision for where you want to take it?
Vision, Modern Dolls. To be honest, when the brand started, it really didn't have a vision. The vision was a side hustle to make extra income to cover other gaps that I had in my finances at the time.
Yeah,
it was a very tight situation. But 2020 happened.
Yes.
So I was in the hospitality industry.
Yes.
Prior, and the Modern Dolls was my side hustle. And 2020 happened.
Yeah. And
hospitality industry bled.
Yeah.
It suffered terribly. We got pay cuts, very big pay cuts. So in the day the president said lockdown, we got letters cutting our salaries up to 40%.
Yeah.
That same day, it wasn't even a day, a month after or not. No, that same day. So April was already a big hit on us, but by God's grace, at the same time on the social media platforms, makeup
was picking up.
It was getting a lot of attention. People were at home, they were on social media. There was a challenge that UK Yams was doing.
Yes, the 21 days of
yes. And a lot of people turned to makeup and cooking to keep themselves busy because of the lockdown. And while work was going downhill on the one side, my business was picking up on the other. It was picking up on the other. And it gave me a chance to actually really focus on Modern Dolls, the brand, which I didn't have the luxury and the time in the past, because ingane ngapha, umyeni ngapha, umsebenzi ngapha, and then business. Number 4.
Yes.
In this list of people that I've counted. Number 4. And suddenly it came up to the top. It became number 1 because now it's a matter of survival.
Yeah.
It's sink or swim. You have to go all in and go all out. So last year we sat down, or I sat down, and I really looked at Modern Dolls as a viable option for me to like just do this full time.
Yeah.
And make the most out of it. We started featuring makeup artists that I'd worked with in the past, Sense of My Lives.
Yes.
You yourself, you were one of them.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I hated lives. I still do.
Amongst others. And the word got out there, and our following grew quite substantially last year.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm here today because of Modern Dolls. So the brand strategy, the strategy for the brand then became a very serious thing to me, and the brand itself became a matter of life and death, because this is now my bread and butter, and I need to get it right.
Are you still with the hospitality side of things, or are you just mainly Modern Dolls now?
Full-time Modern Dolls now.
I like that though.
Full-time Modern Dolls. I didn't survive the hospitality industry. After a few months, it wasn't working out
At all, yeah.
It wasn't working out anymore. Yes, and anyway, the sales and the the attention that I needed to give modern dolls increased, and the pressure got so high that I can't do both. I couldn't do both anymore.
Yes.
I couldn't. So I've picked my baby,
Ingane
Yami, and I'm nurturing her.
I love to see it. I've noticed it. We're here, we're living through it. It's really been amazing to see. I think lockdown, as much as it hit badly on some aspects of our lives, but it really helped us to wake up on some. Because maybe if COVID never happened, it's a side hustle, you know what I'm saying? Not like a full-time thing.
Yes. But to be honest, I think in the back of my mind, I've always known I'll give this business its full attention.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it happening as soon as it did, because I wanted to get to a place where I was more financially stable.
Yeah.
And I was going to give my all to it. Because many are the plans of men, but at the end of the day,
that's why we plan, and then God plans as well.
yes.
While we're busy planning. So now tell me, Ugutige, with everything now that you know about what you want your brand to be, do you believe but there's so many brands around, or like a competition engine in this space? Let me just put it like that.
It's tight.
Yeah.
It's very tight, but I love competition.
Yes.
Let me tell you why I love the competition. It pushes you and it gets you out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So when Modern Dolls was predominantly the only really like brand that had color cosmetics,
yes,
we were in a very comfortable space because we are able to know
yes.
So now suddenly you've got so many competitors that are coming into the space, and you realize you have to give more than product.
Yes.
It has to go beyond just the products. You need to morph into a brand.
Yeah.
And you need to morph into giving people something beyond just the product. So it takes you back to the drawing board, and it pushes, it's pushed me out of my comfort zone, out of my limits. I never used to show my face.
Never.
I never used to tell my story.
Yes.
But here I am.
Yes.
I'm telling my story.
Yes.
This is my face. There's a journal who was behind Modern Love. This is my face. So it's pushing me beyond the norm and out of my comfort zone. So competition has its positive, positives and its negatives, but I want to focus on the positive of it, and it's what keeps you up at night and you don't sleep.
Yes.
And that's the only way.
Solutions,
yes, that's the only way you can come up with solutions, and you can stay on the edge of your industry, and you just keep pushing.
Would you say that maybe brought you to the rebranding of Modern Dolls?
Yes, most definitely. So that is what what's the word?
Has motivated, or
yes, that is what motivated, inspired. So that is what inspired the rebrand of Modern Dolls, because I wanted to position the brand more as a brand rather than an Instagram boutique.
Yes.
Because in the past I think we were more of an Instagram boutique too. Hey, now this is my brush.
Yes. But not really taking it seriously.
Yes, like now my brush. So I don't want to be lost my brush. I want people to know it's Modern Dolls. It's a brand. Yes. It's we're laughing now, but that's how people used to refer to the business. And listen, I didn't have a problem with that
because it worked at that time.
Yes, but now I realize you can't just be also makeup or also brush. People need to know the brand. People need to understand the messaging behind the brand. People need to understand your vision for the brand, and they need to buy into the vision for the brand.
I was actually going to ask you, that was my follow-up question, but with the new branding. So this is the new branding, guys. Excuse my palette, it's been used. Yes, guys. So this is the new branding. So is there a story behind this branding that people can maybe relate to or not? What's the story behind the branding?
Yes. So The new branding is, when you look at it, it's if you look at it, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is that it's an African woman.
Yeah.
And you can
Full
tell
on.
that it's an African woman because of the earrings and the neck piece.
Yes.
And that is the story behind the fact that it's an African brand.
Yeah.
It's of African heritage.
Yes.
But it's also an African woman who loves beauty, because
Yes.
you can see
It's
she's got her ornaments on, she's got
Yeah.
her big earrings, she's got her necklace.
Yes.
So she's dolled up.
Yes.
So with makeup, the name Modern Dolls is that there was a phase where we would say we're getting dolled up.
Yes.
And yes, we became modern dolls, modern real life dolls.
Yes.
And this representing that this is an African brand of a woman that loves looking good and loves being dolled up. Yes.
I love it.
And then we've got a new slogan that says "Express your confidence."
Yes.
There is a story behind that slogan that says "Express your confidence." The first one being that it's a personal message of mine, personally, because as I was saying earlier on, I used to hide. I never used to show my face on the brand. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm coming I need to breathe.
I'm coming with the questions.
I've never explained myself so much in my life.
It's good. All exclusive.
Okay, so this kuluma express your confidence.
Yes.
So express your confidence. So for me, the message is so personal because I used to be a very timid, shy person. Hence, I never used to show my face for the brand. I'd let the brand do the talking and the products.
Yeah.
And it's taken a lot out of me to come out of that and show my face. And the expression, express your confidence. Every time I see it, it reminds me that you need to express yourself. Yes, you need to express yourself and you need to do it confidently. There's no brand on this earth that was built by somebody that was timid.
Yeah.
Everybody that you can think of, if you think of Elon Musk, if you think of Steve Jobs, they all were expressive people. They'd stand in front of people and they'd explain their brand. They would have to sell their brand. So that is why that slogan is a very personal thing, which is express your confidence. But more than that, I want to impart that on our community. Because I want people to get out of their shells and to learn how to express themselves. And makeup is a form of expression.
Yeah.
For people that don't feel that they're the prettiest people on earth, and unfortunately we can also able to see that, but there are people that don't feel, but once they've got a face beat on, in a catwalk,
I don't think
a catwalk.
Even the speech changes.
Yes, even the speech changes. The catwalk, so people all of a sudden they've got this other addition, confidence that gets added onto them. So that's what this brand is now standing for. It's for women to go out there and express their confidence. And if you don't feel confident, if I can face beat or confidence is feel.
It's like this thing that I like. I don't know how it really goes. I'm probably going to fumble with this one. But the end of it says everything else is drag. And you know, like sometimes we overthink it. I mean, for myself as well with my journey, it took me a long time to be on social media because Nami, I was very scared. I didn't want people to see my face. I didn't want people to know me. I would have great ideas, but I never followed up with them. But now I'm just like, yo guys, I can die tomorrow. It's fine. Let me just live my life. Let me be confident in what I'm doing. And if people are willing to support me, I'm happy. But I think we would say with that statement, it really is. It talks to the people that are within the community and makeup artists, and I think with everybody that's creative as well. Sometimes you get very scared to put your work out there because you always feel like people are gonna maybe view it in a different light than what you see it as, or about you guys are very negative towards us.
Yeah, bro.
How far are you with your face, baby?
I'm very far from where you are. I'm still on my eyebrows.
You're still on your eyebrows? Okay. I'm almost done with my eye. I'm doing a very natural look, like very, very, very subtle look. I'm not like wanting to do a whole cut crease today because ES7s are impathala. So I don't want to be a meme by the end of this. Don't do that. Nah. I don't want to be a meme by the end of this. Yeah. You haven't sipped, eh? in a long time.
I'm trying to concentrate. I'm doing makeup again and next to Ngumisa. Guys, I need to concentrate.
It's not that deep. I swear.
It's deep.
It's not that deep, guys. You know what it is? You know, like how I feel about my work when it comes to my artistry. I always feel like it goes in waves. Like there'll be a time where everyone's just like, Rumisa is the one. And then it'll just die down for maybe like 3 years. And then after that they'll remember, what Rumisa?
Seasons.
It's very seasonal. And that maybe it's because Nami sometimes I'm not really that consistent. I don't know. But it's very seasonal. But again, I'm makeup.
No, actually, I think it's been the same for business as well with me.
Yeah.
I think 2019 it died down, and then 2020 everybody was like, I'm going to continue doors.
I think because in 2019 everyone was trying new things. There was that whole space of trying new things, right? And then 2020 hit us when no one was trying anything in terms of events or like all those things, right?
And we all went back to makeup.
Yeah. And now we're all back in makeup, and now we want to explore what's in this industry. And it's because it was the one industry last year on social media that really sustained the people. Abantu manje that they're really starting to take makeup artists seriously. And yeah, like it's like, okay, cool, yeah, no, I understand now. Because maybe makeup, they realize, no, I can't do this by myself.
It's not easy.
Yes.
So they put some respect on your name.
Yes.
Because they realize it's a skill.
It's a skill. It's changed. It's like with me, I always used to think I can cook. Oh, I can't cook, Jack. No, I've made peace with it. You're right, I'm fine, guys. Cut me out. I'm fine with eggs. Give me eggs.
We also cooked last year.
But we cooked last year, eh? We are still cooking. Other people found their passion last year and they were like, no, I'm going to be like a chef, whatever. Not more. I'm looking for an eyeliner now because I want to use a brown eyeliner, not a black or a white. Because I find that when you are a bit tipsy, what happens is everything feels sweaty. So when I use a white eyeliner, it sinks like either there or there. Yeah. So I just use black or brown just to be very basic.
Yo guys, don't judge my proper eye look, but I have an idea in my head.
It will come to.
If it doesn't come to fruition, me not judge.
When I'm doing a very basic pink, like warm colors, like your maroons, pink, and everything.
I'm using the Spectrum palette.
Are you using this? Oh, you're using this as your mirror?
Yes.
I thought you were also using this one.
Sorry, Baba.
I'm using this one. This is my love. I love the Spectrum palette, guys. I really love it. But this is like my love. I don't know why. Like I have like a sentimental connection to this one. I think it's also because for our first shoot that we did together, you gave me this one.
Yes.
As a thank you present.
I mean, I can't pick. It would be unfair for a mother to pick between her children.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be fair.
That's not right.
This is my one.
Blend.
Hey, the art of blending. The art of blending. So now how are you managing now since everything is almost getting back to how it is with the kids, hubby, and everything? Are you feeling like the balance is there?
I love my life now, hey? I love my life now.
That's good.
Because I'm able to use my time as best as I can. I've even gone back to exercising. I had stopped exercising.
I saw your body, girl. You're looking so hot.
Oh, thank you, Mama.
Those legs.
Thank you, Mama. Baby goes to creche, so at least I get to have free time during the day for work purposes and exercise and all that me time that I never used to get in the past because I'm juggling work and I'm juggling business and I'm juggling dinner when I get home. After dinner, after gezingane I'm saying I lala because I'm tired. It's
the same. Repetitive cycle. Doesn't end. And everybody is like a surprise, and I was like, oh, I still need to bath him. Can I not have to wait today? It's surprise. every morning, like, okay, same cycle, alright, 7:30, they must start.
Before you think of yourself, you must think of another person first, and then most ugezile wena usuye emsebenzini, and as you get to work, you just breathe. You're like, oh. But you don't get a chance to breathe for too long because now umsebenzi ukulindile.
I also said the same thing like this year with my new board. I was like, I wish I still had like a full-time job where you report to somebody, because then I'll be like, hi guys, I can't be at home. I need to go to a job just to escape because I swear, no matter how many kids you have, when you have a new child, it's like, yo, I was never ready for this.
Yo, I don't think anybody
is ever ready for
it.
Ever
be made ready. Noma singazama ukuthi menza ready lowo muntu, nobody will ever be ready. You just sink or swim.
Make it work no matter how. As I'm making this look work. You haven't sipped, you must sip again now.
Funny eyeshadow yami ibed.
No. We will rise above the situation today. We are warriors. We are there.
Yeah, but Iman Dolls has also helped me build so many friendships just outside of my normal circles. I have a friend, also nail sprays. I've never met her. She's a makeup artist.
Yeah.
I've never met her, sis. But we can speak for an hour.
You lie.
We can talk for an hour. We'll talk about business. We'll talk about makeup. We'll talk about money moves. We'll talk about future plans. We'll advise each other and all that.
But never met.
I've never met her. And I'd really love to meet her. This year must not end without me having met her because it's been too long. It's been 3 years.
But I also say with my clients as well, like the industry, it helps you to meet a lot of people. And people that you wouldn't have met like otherwise. Which is really nice because you end up like sizana labantu because we connected lapayana. So it's like almost like a networking platform as well.
It puts you in rooms you never thought you'd enter.
It really does. Yes. Okay. So now I'm gonna conceal underneath my eyes. I will do lashes later. Because Unox has said I must do her lashes. So I'll conceal, highlights, and do everything. And do my lipstick as well. And then after we're done with that, I will do Nox's lashes. So this is, what did you say this was, Nox? This I'm going to try today because I can't use sponges to save my life. What is this thing?
It's a sample. It's a sponge that I've got as a sample.
Okay.
It's different from the normal sponges. If you look at it, it's got the pores are bigger.
Yes.
It's got a very Velcro feel.
Yes.
For lack of a better word to describe it. But I was just giving it to you to test it so you can give me feedback on it.
I really want to try today. Yes, feel like when you squeeze in it feels like that. It feels really nice.
Soft.
It's very soft. So wish me luck because I'm so old age. You know why you're coughing? Because you haven't sipped. You will sip. It's happening today.
Sipping away, yeah.
Sipping away. So I'm just using a concealer that's like a shade lighter than my skin to start off with, and I'll go over with like a very light concealer. Now your eyes are looking really pretty, friend.
Well, thank you, friend.
Really, really pretty.
This look was going to be very tricky, so I think the wine is helping.
See, I told you it's not all that bad.
See?
Not all that bad.
Wine is helping.
You must let me know how the blending is with the beauty blender because but I'm gonna have to make blending. The blending.
It's leaving very big spaces, and that's.
You think it's just my technique or is it?
No, I think it's because the pores are very big on the blender, so you can actually it's transferring the pore sizes onto your skin, so it's not actually a great blender.
You're not sponsored by this, right?
No, I'm not sponsored by it.
Was it like a sample for you to sell?
It's a sample for me to test. I saw there was an international brand that was pushing them, and I saw it from one of them, but I wanted to like experience it first before maybe I get.
Okay,
before we produce a lot of them, but no. Even I can see from here, nope.
I'll do a brush.
No. It's a no from me.
I think, and as in that, I think maybe I'm just the wrong person for it because really technically, this is a lot of beauty blender.
No, what do you like? You need to have an airbrush finish if you're doing makeup. You can't have a finish that looks like your pores are
opened up.
Yeah, it's a no from us.
It's a no from me. I'll keep it just so that people can see, but I used to have it. I was there. I was highly. So, who are you watching right now in the scenes in terms of whether locally or internationally? And you're like, yeah, what are this brand or this artist? Yes,
Louise.
Hey, P. Louise, guys.
That girl works.
Aye, P. Louise.
Uyasebenza usisi.
Branding galana, Instagram galana, yonke into nje.
You need to follow her beyond the
Instagram.
Beyond her business page. You need to follow her personal page. She speaks a lot about her brand on her personal page, and you see
actually I don't follow her personal page.
You see a lot of the behind the scenes of the product planning and the thought process behind her product.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw my inspiration from because we are sebenza usis. She'll even snap when she's in the warehouse on her personal page, so that's why you know what's yeah, and you get inspired because you see all that behind this. She's such a fun person also, personality wise, and she's really.
Yeah, I must follow her personal. I only follow the P. Louise, the business one.
And the business is inspirational, but I think the personal is where you get more in depth into her head.
Is it true that nowadays people buy into people?
Yes.
Yeah, and I've also seen.
Yes.
If they feel like they don't know you, then they're not really going to engage that much with your brand.
Yes, but it's not necessarily people, but brand stories and what the brand stands for. So you need to talk about your brand. Hence, I'm doing this today, and hence I've started showing my face. But people are very emotionally driven.
Yeah.
And when you make an emotional connection with them, they are then more likely to buy into your brand than when you are just a brand and there isn't that emotional connection. Siyafunda nathi, these are things we've learned to adapt to in the 21st century because we were not taught these things, but you learn along the way. You adapt and you implement.
So I've heard through the grapevine about your in terms of your relaunching, so you've already relaunched the branding, the actual branding on the palettes and everything, but there's also something else that you are rebranding, which is like the star of Modern Doors, the Spectrum palette. So what can you tell us? Don't give me like the full season of it, just like my highlights there.
Okay, Mama, listen, I've been meaning to do a relaunch your Spectrum since last year. I spoke about changing the packaging of the palettes. Well, I've been speaking about it for a while now.
Yeah.
The only thing standing between me and realizing that vision is funding.
Yeah.
Story of a lot of South African entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Imagine, guys. So this brand is not at a place, or it's not operating from a place where in my head I see it operating at.
Yeah.
And the only thing standing between me and realizing my vision for it is funding. So I have put a lot of thought into a passion project of mine for the Spectrum palette.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even done samples. I'm happy with everything, and there's a story behind it because it's well thought out and it's something that is very close to my heart. And hopefully, I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that by August or September, it's something that we would have launched. But guys, keep us in our prayers, or if in a man, it's always investing.
Let's imagine.
Investor too.
Oh man, I can't wait to see
Kupa
it.
chalete, guys. Kupa chalete.
Everyone knows money. I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited about it, and I just think we could see the growth. And as I said, because it's Spectrum, I went by a time that it's Spectrum Talent.
Like you said, it's the start. I said it's the start
because
every second sale that we make
a Spectrum
palette. Even when people chat to me on WhatsApp, I'm like, oh, you're looking for the Spectrum palette.
So that type, I just Spectrum palette.
Forget about the others.
Oh man, it's so cool. What goes into the? I know Wuti, most brands don't actually talk about this, and if you don't want to talk about it, I'll accept it as well. But in terms of you, production-wise, what is the process of producing all these things that you do? Like, what's your processing?
Okay, so the process is, first of all, a planning phase.
Yeah.
Can I talk about one particular product?
Yes.
Just to give you background information about it. So, yes. Fluffy Brow Soap, which we launched in March.
Yes.
So the planning phase is, first of all, the design. So we are planning the product. For Modern Dolls, we've moved into a very black and white packaging feel this year. So the first eyebrow soap, actually, I've got one here.
Oh yes,
the concept was this. Yeah. was this. So this is what we were going to make it into, and it was going to be it was going to be black because we were moving into the black and white phase. And then I showed it to you, and you said, "Oh my gosh, it's too big."
This was so big.
So like, oh, okay, inkolo. You're like, oh no, it's too big. So back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
But the plan was still okay. I wanted black and white, and then I sourced out these, which were much smaller and much more compactable, especially to go into your
kit.
Okay. So first and foremost, it was to get the packaging right. So I sourced out a tin company. Well, the same tin company that made this for me was the same tin company that I then sourced out to get this done. So when I was happy with this, they did the branding. And I had taken time out last year to learn about formulations of products, and I learned how to formulate a brow soap. Yes.
Amazing.
So we formulated our own brow soap, and there's even videos on our social media pages where we show you the step of the pouring process.
Yes.
I can't obviously now tell you what the formula is.
Come be selling.
Because that's trademark secrets, company secrets, and I don't know who's watching.
Yay, just now another brow soap comes along.
Yes. And in the past, I'm not going to lie, we were not very involved in the production and the formulation of our products. But from now on, going forward, we are going to be involved because I really have a certain look and feel that I want to go for. And everything needs to eventually become standardized into a black and white feel.
Yeah.
And this new project that we're working on is one of those where I've been involved in the development, fully in the development of that product. I'm so excited for it.
I'm really excited. Myself.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait. I really can't wait. Yo. I don't know. I'm getting sounds one or what? I don't know. How is this looking? I feel like I'm not blending enough.
Nami, I keep blending, keep going.
Yeah, I keep going back and forth.
But this is the art of makeup.
I'm like, guys, if it's not blended
you
now,
go back until you're happy.
It's fine. I've highlighted. I'm gonna sit now because if I over highlight, then I'm gonna look very ghosty. I will highlight.
Which I think I'm starting to look like.
No, it's still fine. So guys, I'm gonna do her lashes because it's a So after I'm done with this lipstick, so let's do the lashes, and then guys, we are so happy. Thank you so much for joining today. Please subscribe. Please follow Modern Dolls on Instagram. Do you have a Twitter handle?
Yes, we do have Twitter. Twitter is just moving so slowly because on Twitter you have to say something controversial.
Oh yeah, for you to trend. Whatever, yeah.
Yes, and we are just here like guys,
we're just here.
We're here. And nobody's paying attention, but we are on Twitter. It's a very difficult space to maneuver around because you have to be politically correct and whatnot, and or you have to always be thinking about your brand image. But we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook.
Okay.
Our Facebook page has been getting a lot of traction lately.
Okay.
I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg is doing, but he's giving a lot of traction to the Facebook page. We're not doing anything differently.
Yeah.
You can see it's somebody on the back end that is
It's just pushing.
toggling. Yes.
Yeah.
So the Facebook page is very active and we do engage a lot on the Facebook page, but our main page is Instagram because it's very instantaneous and a lot of AMA dolls, our target market, are very Instagram savvy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So follow Modern Dolls, follow me, of course, subscribe. See you next time. Thank you.